All right, let's start our process of painting this little fella. Okay. Now we got to consider now the boots. I definitely want them to be black. So let's start off with a black for our boots. As you know, I use the water. I water down my acrylics. Let me get a little bit bigger brush than this. I water down my acrylics because I don't want to put them on. I want my wood to show through. I've always done that, and I always will. I do not put the acrylics on full force, because what it does, then it hides the fact that it is a wood carving, and I don't want to hide the fact that it's a wood carving. I want people to know that it's wood. If you take the time to carve something out of wood and then you put so much paint on it, it looks like plastic, then you can't tell it's wood. So, and I'm not saying, I'm just saying that that's what, so that's why I water down everything I put on. Here we go. All right. Okay, I got my boots done. Now let's look at our coat, and what do we want to do with our coat? What do we want to make it? I would suggest a blue would be very, very good in this situation. A blue coat would be the ideal. Since it is a sea captain, and I'm just going to use this one right here, because I have a little bit more space around here. I am here All right, let's see. I gotta get in between here with these. This is where it really gets a little tough for me, folks. Getting inside here where it's really, really tough for me to see. Old eyes are not what they used to be. All right. There's our there you go. All right, let's, now then, what do we want to make the pants? I tell you what, I'm gonna try to, a little white in there I think would really look good for the pants. Now I'm gonna have to change my water because it is dark and I wanna be, when we start white, you know, when you your water is real dark, you don't want to try to use white because you're going to get too much of a mixture with it. Here's, I need a smaller brush. Here we go. Smaller brush to get in here. There you go. Now, of course, the hat's going to be white and dark and black. Okay, now what do we want for our shirt? I think a little, I'm trying to think of what would be good for our shirt. I'm going to use a little what's called red oxide for his shirt. And I'm just going to dip it in the water and then dip it in the red oxide is not a real dark red. It is just a light red, and I like that. Like, let me get this up in here. Like that. There you go. Got a little bit on the blue. So let me go over that with the blue. Not much, not enough to really be noticeable. All right, the hat, it's the way this works with the hat is actually, the brim is going to be, let me go ahead and use the white first. The hat will be the white with a dark brim, which will be a black. Now usually the white is going to take at least 2 coats. And of course the top of the hat will be white. See how I switched to my bigger brush on the top. And let's come up underneath here of the hat. And we leave a little bit on the side for the darkness of the now the white will have to be done again. Okay, now let's figure out. I'm going to change my water one more time. It gets cloudy when we get into this. Let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and paint the black onto the hat, even though the white is still a little bit. I usually let it dry, but I'm going to go ahead and hit the black. And it goes all the way underneath the thing right here. And I have to come up underneath here, and I want to be very careful around the face. Let me take my little, even my smaller brush. Be very careful around the black. Do not put a lot of water on it because it will run. Okay. All right. We want this. Okay. Over here. We want the black. There we go. There we go. All right. Now, We want to think about what we want to do with the hair. What do we want the hair? I'm gonna go ahead and go with the a reddish type hair. Okay, and I'm gonna use the red oxide again because it works so well with the hair. It doesn't put it real red, it just gives it a tint of red. And up here, of course, the mustache. I'm going to give it that reddish tint there. And the oxide is also the one, the red that we use on the face, so it'll blend right in. It's also the red that we use on the face afterwards for the tinting of the face. So it matches, it gets right in with the rest of everything. So, all right, and let's go now for our flesh tone. Okay, I want to show you. There we go. Now let's go with our flesh tone. This is where you want your water kind of clean and clear, especially with your flesh tone. Okay, let me... All right, and let's go with a little brown for our pipe. And then we're going to let all this dry and we'll come back. Okay. All right, now we gotta let's let our figure dry now. Wait a minute, let's do something before we, let's give it one more coat of white on the hat, because we won't need to give it another coat of black. Brush. Now that's much, much better. And let me take the small brush and just barely hit some areas with this black. There it goes. All right, now we gotta let all that dry, and then we'll come back and we'll finish it up.